Good. Yep.
All right. I can state my name and spell?
Yes.
All right. Ryan VanDeWalle, VanDeWalle, Village of Rothschild Administrator. The Riverside Fire District announces that Rob Bowen, Fire Chief, has left for personal and professional reasons. Since joining the district, he has made significant contributions to the district. The district and the community appreciate his service. I can answer questions at this time.
Okay. You said he left for personal reasons?
Personal and professional reasons.
Is there any complaints against him?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any from employees or other fire districts in the area that have complained against him?
No.
So, and you can neither confirm or deny then that this is tied to the court proceedings against him at this time.
Correct. Yeah, it's just merely professional and personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot elaborate on either of those professional or personal reasons at this time?
I can't, and I can't speak for him either. But obviously he was a great fire chief. He certainly served the district well. We're very appreciative for his service. I know the staff there appreciate him. But personal and professional reasons have come to this.
What has the staff response been?
I think the staff has been excellent. I've been working with the staff several times a week. Myself personally, either going over there in person or them coming over here and discussing, operations, day-to-day things. They've been tremendous. I'm beyond appreciative of their professionalism and the amount of adversity that they've not only dealt with but have continued to deal with through this process. Not having a fire chief for some time, as he was on paid administrative leave, the captain stepped up, everybody stepped up, the officers. It was a teamwork approach, and I'm beyond thankful for him.
What was this the village decision, or was this solely Bowen?
It's a decision that's worked out, and obviously it has to come from Rob Bowen.
So the village did not make this decision?
We can't make this decision, no.
Were you in any way of trying to figure out, were you eventually going to try to figure out, or did he make it easier for you for just leaving? How did that kind of work? Were you guys had a deadline where you guys were going to decide whether or not?
No.
Because didn't you say that you wanted to make this decision after the trial that he went through?
That would have been from some time, but no trial has obviously occurred, so we're not worrying about that portion.
Okay.
Then, as far as operations go, are you prepared at this time to say anything regarding a potential merger between Riverside and the Safer District at this time yet?
The only thing, we're really talking about with Safer, and obviously that's, again, the public meetings that have happened. One public meeting, we have another one scheduled for September 26th of 2024 here at the Riverside Fire District. I think the conversations have certainly been fluid. They've been very substantive of what we've actually been discussing. It's not just been high level, it's getting into the financials, seeing what that really looks like. I wouldn't say there's a definitive by any means at this point. Again, we're looking at what that organizational chart would look like, how the finances would look between the communities that would be involved. And that's certainly something that would be on the table. And there's also the other aspect of, hey, maybe we end up hiring a chief on our own, just as we have been.
Mm-hmm. So that's not, maybe a factor saying, hey, we don't have a chief right now. You've got a whole department that's kind of designed to grow, so let's see what we can do. Yeah,
not at this point. That wouldn't be a factor. We're really just trying to wade through the process. This was kind of obviously a step towards figuring out what the next steps look like. Mm-hmm. So now that we are, without an actual fire chief there, now we are going to kind of wade through that what that merger process may look like, or the process of sticking with Riverside and hiring our own chief.
So no decision has been made on that right now then?
Correct, no decision has been made on that.
Okay.
If he resigned before this time, why are we finding out about it right now?
There's agreements that are in place, and that's the reason why we haven't found about it at this time.
What is the plan going forward? Potential merger or anything otherwise aside, as far as operations for the fire district? Will it continue to operate without a chief as they have been? And how's that going?
Yeah, I think the Fire Board and Fire Commission, they continue to hold meetings, and those are things that they're discussing. No definitive answers have really come yet. But I would imagine in the coming weeks, we will definitely have kind of what maybe that short term may look like for the fire department as we kind of wade through again, whether we end up hiring another fire chief or we end up merging with Safer and creating a new department, whatever that may look like. But the day-to-day is, yes, I mean, again, the staff there have been doing incredible. We're very thankful for them. And secondly, I think the morale and just the continuing on of, hey, you know what, tomorrow's a new day, and we keep plugging on and keep going to calls.
And as far as, do you have anything you would like the public or residents of the area to know as far as the future of the fire service amid this announcement?
Yeah, I'd say there's going to be no difference in the amount of service that you're going to get, right? So, we're still answering calls, we're still showing up for fire and EMS. The staffing levels are there. We still have the equipment, nothing other than just, we're going to have a different leader or leadership approach in the coming future. Operation-wise, no, nothing is going to change. You're going to call 911 when you need an emergency, whether it's fire EMS related, and you're still going to get that service.
And then to confirm, though, you're continuing to work with the leadership team just to kind of fill that chief void right now, right?
Correct. Yeah, I work several times a week closely with the leadership team over at Riverside.
Who is in charge when you're not in charge?
The captains.
2 captains or just 1?
It's 2 captains right now that are the main individuals on the day-to-day and functions.
Are they in the running to become fire chief?
I cannot speak of that at this time.
And you mentioned this was personal reasons,
This would be for personal and professional reasons.
and there's no complaints against him.
I am not aware of any complaints against
There's
the chief.
no complaints against him running another fire district or anything like that.
Running another fire district?
No, is there any complaints against him based on his relationship with other fire departments and things like that, saying that he wasn't that great of a chief or whatnot?
I'm not aware of any.
What does this mean for who is in charge now? Things will just operate the way it is.
Yeah, so right now, myself, along with the captains, the leadership team with Riverside, we meet several times a week. So we talk about the day-to-day operations, if things are changing or if they've got HR-related questions or financial-related questions. We sit down several times a week. We discuss it, just as if you would if the fire chief was there, the same kind of thing. And that's how we're handling it right now. And again, looking at, do we hire our own chief? That's the potential. Or do we end up merging with the Safer Fire District? And that's also a potential.